and he says, "What's crypto? Sorry." And I said, "Don't worry about it, but I have this app that just is gonna invest your spare change every month." So I'm Louis Lapat, and I launched a crypto startup called Coinflash. We do spare change into cryptocurrency, kind of like Acorns, but for crypto, and doing it right here in Chicago. I was actually talking about this last night at one of the crypto meetups. This person I was talking to said they met someone from San Francisco who's also, they're doing crypto meetups there as well, and they were super surprised about the amount of meetups we're having. Apparently it's not like that in San Francisco. And maybe that goes back to like the community organizing aspect of the city. That was like one of our theories. But there's stuff happening here, and there's energy, and I'm also reacting to that. So that gets me like really pumped to see that. So I run every day, and I run with this guy who's a pastor. His son is a millennial who is very intelligent, moved to South Korea, got a job at a cryptocurrency exchange. And my friend heard about Ethereum through him and said in February, "Lou, you really need to check out Ethereum." I was like, "That's a terrible idea. It's risky. There's no way I'm gonna spend any money in that." Every March, we would have this we'd rehash this conversation until finally I'm seeing what's happening to the price. I'm like, I need to check this out. I started researching it, and it was like that epiphany, crypto moment, this is it. And from there, it was obviously making three kinds of investments, financially, just education, I'm gonna teach myself, and then also my next business, I wanna do it in this space because this is the future. So 7 years ago, I switched from being a filmmaker in New York to a dad in Chicago, and with that, I also decided I wanted to do a startup. So I started trying stuff, whatever. First, I know how to code, so my first project was a social video app. I said, hey, let's take on Snapchat. I don't know if you've heard of it, but that was really a hard kind of thing to do. So that was one of my first failures. And what followed after that is just a bunch of other startups I've tried. And realizing one thing, that it's really hard to be a small fish in a big sea. You want to make that sea as small as possible, and you want it to be something that's on fire. You just want energy there. That's wherever you pick to make that startup battle, you want it in that kind of space. It just increases your odds. So I found crypto, and I'm this is definitely the place to do a startup. The financial aspect was symbolic of the energy. So it's a plus that there's money in crypto, but what I'm looking for is users, early adopters, energy, something I want to spend the next part of my life working on, all these things, But main thing is that's why it's good to always I think to be in a new emerging space when you do a startup, because it kind of levels the playing field. You don't want to take on Google. I'm super excited about Coinflash because it's the kind of thing where I can call my dad and I can say, hey dad, you should buy some crypto. And he says, what's crypto? Sorry. And I said, don't worry about it, but I have this app that just is gonna invest your spare change every month, okay? Just a couple bucks. Can you give up a Starbucks coffee a week? Is that all right? And he says, fine. We set it up, and that's it. And it's just a cool way to get people that normally wouldn't necessarily enter the space into the space. The one thing we have to do is we have to make something that people can use. That's it. So Steam It is kind of the only thing we got right now. If Ripple can be used in such a way to help people use their banks, that's going to be big. Or just banking. It's just something. People need to see something, and their lives need to become better because of it. If you can do that, then you can just climb back out of that hole like that. But it's going to be, until then, it's just going to be people like us. And people that make money, you know, they see the financial kind of attractiveness of it. Well, I think like any startup is unpredictable, and it's kind of like a shit show no matter what, I think. So it's like, it might as well be fun, and it might as well be something that's exciting. So yeah, it could be, that's how I look at it. I think it could be any industry, and just running a business and making money is like the hardest thing I think you can do in this on this planet right now. Except like war, maybe. War would probably be harder. But like running a business is super hard because you're like, it pits you against other really smart humans, you know? Hurdles of Coinflash are acquiring users, keeping your old users happy, and making money. I mean, not losing money. Really trying hard to not lose money, but it's really easy to lose money. Apparently, it's very easy to spend money in a startup. It's kind of like how we are as people. We have money, we like to spend it. That's what I realize. So it's really, it's like, gotta like, remember that. That it's all about just making money and then putting it back in the business, which is hard to do. Right now, Coinflash, we're trying to target people in cryptocurrency because it's just an easier sell. A lot of them happen to be millennials. So we're trying to like go after that low-hanging fruit, but like the greater, broader thing we want to do is like target, I think only like 4%, I read the other day, of millennials are actually investing in cryptocurrency. When people switch from their traditional investing apps, Coinflash wants to be there to capture them when they want to make that step into cryptocurrency.